like a guitar. Had to keep my distance, you ain't getting far. Nigga wants some smoke, let's go to war. Clean you up, I do the chores. Too much drip, someone gotta clean the floor. Still in the streets, fuck the law. Fuck the trunk, rather keep it in the car. If my dog cross me, we cutting off his paw. Too much drip in the place, so we gotta clean the floor.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. John Eads with you. As always, apologies for the hiatus we had there. Was in Houston covering the LSU baseball team, and we've had some high school state championships to do at work. So it's been hard to find some free time to sit down, record, and edit. But now that some of that's done, I have a little bit of time. So here we go. It was, I think, 10 days ago, I posted the episode of us beating Boston College in the game of the century. 1-2. We get the win. Nice little, not revenge against those guys, but, you know, kind of like a, hey, we're still better than you, even though we don't play every year because we're in the SEC kind of thing. So that was nice. Definitely check it out. It was a great game. They always are. Today we got recruiting. We're going to continue to set our board up for the season and whittle down, guys we don't want, figure out who our top 10 to 12 prospects are, start to give them some more points, and take care of some other stuff as we head into, I guess, what will be week 3. Here we go. All right, so we're looking good for a lot of these guys as we, kind of started to scout and put points in them last week and heading into this week. For all the kickers, they all seem pretty interested. They have us in the top at least 3 or 4. So I added 50 points to each of them. So Pope and Wright each got 50 more points. It's really just going to be a matter of like who commits first kind of thing for them. I'm really excited about where we stand with a lot of these high choice defensive players. Like Nick Baker, we're in first 4 already. Does help that he's an in-state guy, but we maxed him out. I think he might have been maxed out already, but some of these other guys weren't, so we added some points to them. Lee Neal, same thing, 80 overall dude, 5-star in the lead, and it's already starting to grow a lot over Georgia State, UNC, and those kind of teams. Pat Grant, also in first place. Brian Miller, we're in first place, and he's really a big fan of the program, clearly. Jesse Douglas, same thing. Dwayne Harvey, we're just a little bit behind Alabama. They are, the pipeline school, considering he's an Alabama recruit, so that makes sense. But on that kicker, we're in first. Adam Ostrander, we're in the top 4, and again, we didn't put a lot of points on him week 1, so I'm not surprised we're down by a little bit. Not really going after Jeremy Leonard right now. I think he's just too singular faceted of a player. Like, all he could play is like running back or receiver, and we don't really need a guy in those positions, and he's really not that good either, but I digress. Sean Leonard, we're in first 4. Let's go ahead and bump him up to like 450. He didn't have a lot of points on him last week, so we're able to put some extra on him. Luther Daugherty, same thing with Ostrander, a bit falling behind, but we'll add some points to him and see what we can do. And that's kind of the story with a lot of these guys down here. We didn't put a lot of points on week 1, but everybody's really interested. Everybody's got us in the top 5 at least. And then I really like this DJ Hall kid. I know he's only 67 overall. He's way lower from an overall standpoint than any of the guys above him, but he's 6'3", 216. I think I said I liked him when we initially added him to the board. He's really fast. That's what sticks out to me. 81, 85 speed excel. Pretty solid tackler. And the coverage is pretty good too. And obviously, we like to use her with the outside linebacker when we play defense because that's usually the guy that's the weakest in coverage. So playing as the user on that guy will help him usually at least be a little bit better man-to-man and zone and stuff. So that's typically what we like to do. So I'm not really too deterred by the fact that the computer doesn't give him very good coverage numbers. So let's put him up to 50. Ken Walker's kind of hanging around too. He's just really iffy guy. He's a gem, but he doesn't have that raw speed I like from a running back. He's 85, 84. He's pretty elusive. It's just, what's the best he's going to get up to? Like 90, which is good, but I want like elite speed, especially at that position if we can get it. So I'm interested. I'm not sure I'm sold on him just yet. Adam Gunn here, he's pretty solid. His finesse moves are a little bit low for my liking. I think that's kind of why I'm hesitant to go all in on him. So we got some extra points to spend. Let's put him on the strong safety here because we need some help in that recruitment. But everywhere else, we're looking really good. We're going to get one of these kickers. The D-line class, I did a whole episode basically devoted to these guys. It's going to go crazy if we get Baker, Neal, Grant, maybe even Gunn. But even those 3 just in itself, I mean, that is that's going to be a very scary defensive line from an interior and an exterior standpoint for a long time. So off to a great start with recruiting. I got, 15, 16, 17 guys I'm really excited about. And we have, I believe, around that many spots we got to fill this year. Actually, less than that, quite a bit less, 14. That's fine. We're not going to get all these guys. We got like 5 or 6 kickers on here. We're only going to take 1 kicker, 1 punter, obviously. So it'll get trimmed down. And these guys down here, they're kind of, they're going to hang around. And if we have a spot and I like them enough, maybe we'll bring them in. They're all just kind of mediocre. And it's not all about the overall number, because look at DJ Hall. I mean, he's 67 overall, right? But there's some intangible traits about him that I like in my players. So don't just be scared away by somebody because their overall isn't that high. I mean, like even Alex Ratliff here, he's 72 overall. He's pretty good, but he's 5'11", a little bit short for a corner. I'm trying to bring in like 6'2", 6'3", 6'1 corners, and he's also not very fast. So if you're going to be 5'11", like a smaller corner, you at least got to be pretty quick, and he's not. He's got 89 speed, but he's got 80 excel. So that's going to like throw me away or throw me in a direction where I want to go a different way from a guy like that. He's good in coverage, but I need the raw athletic abilities and traits to go with those good coverage numbers, So that's how we're looking this week. I'm pretty pleased with how the board is shaping up so far, just a couple weeks in, and obviously we'll continue to monitor it. If you guys have any questions or anything that you notice that you like, please let me know. All right, drip of the day. We do it every week. It's kind of our player of the week kind of thing where we'll go in and edit the player's style a little bit to like adjust some things, make them look cooler because the computer kind of auto-generates the helmets and the gloves and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be John Gates this week. He had a big game against Boston College. 2 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. 1 very long just catch and run play that was sweet. And he's one of our top playmakers on offense this year, so we may as well get him looking crispy because he's going to be touching the ball a lot. So here we go. And by the way, we take suggestions on Player of the Week, so if you've got someone that you want to nominate, just drop it in the comment section. I look at all the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. All right, taking a look at the conference standings. We've played 1 conference game, which we won. It was Missouri, so 2-0, 1-0. How's the rest of the division looking? Arkansas is off to a 2-0 start. Ole Miss, 1-0. Auburn, Alabama, MSU, A&M have all lost. LSU's lost 2 games. Yikes, they're really bad in this video game. I don't really understand why, but it's 2 ranked losses, so that makes sense. So we got a decent amount of undefeated teams left. Looks like 6, and we won the West last year. Of course, we're trying to do it again. And it's a hard conference, There's going to be games, especially like Texas A&M. They're usually like pretty mid, but for whatever reason, we haven't beaten them yet, so you just never know. We got Florida next, so there you go. Another conference game coming right at you. All right, looking at the Heisman watch. Butler is still in there. He had a pretty decent game last week, efficient with his passing. What you don't see is the fact that he had 4 interceptions, which obviously cannot happen. But he's really fit into our offense well. Good passer, good runner, just dual threat, as pure as they come. Just got to work on that decision-making and that execution and taking care of the football, obviously. We got an SEC Player of the Week here. It's Kenneth Silva, the defensive end, who had 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. He was a machine last week. If you forgot or you didn't know, he used to play left outside linebacker for us, and that position is just null and void because we play a 4-2-5 defense. We only use 2 linebacker spots, Mike and then right outside linebacker, I guess. So he just basically was serving no purpose on the team. We moved him to defensive end because it gave him a pretty decent overall bump, and it's worked out spectacularly. He's been a starter for us, had this great game here against Boston College, and seems like a natural fit. So hopefully that can continue. He's not great against the run. He's kind of more dangerous in pass rushing situations, which makes sense. He's a little bit of a smaller guy. But if he's going to give us production like that, man, I'm nothing but happy about it because we found him a role, and it's a crucial role. We found something basically out of nothing. So that's what's up. Love to see that. All right, so there we go. That's going to do it for the recruiting episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry again about the delay getting this one recorded and put up on the YouTube, but be sure to like and subscribe. We're so close to 1,300 subs. Thank you for all the support and all of you that have decided to, follow along on the journey here on the playlist and the Dynasty. I know the new video game seems like it's coming out very soon, so at some point here we're going to have to crack down and get that next generation Xbox. Obviously, we're going to keep the Dynasty and the channel rolling. We'll see if we finish this Dynasty and start a new one, what we're going to do. I just want to let y'all know I do plan on partaking in the new video game. Not if, but when, right? That all comes out. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Next game at Florida in the Swamp. They're 0-2, but every time you go to the Swamp, you can expect a hard game. I think it's our first trip there as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll get that one going pretty soon here. Definitely sooner than the gap between this one and the last episode, I'll tell you that much. So thanks for watching. See y'all for this next game. It's going to be a great one. Peace out. Go Jackets, as always.